Good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Scion, Second Edition Chronicle The Coming Storm. I am your storyteller, Ian. My pronouns are he, him, and we're glad to have you all with us at whatever time it is for you today. Um, Real quick, we're going to go around and introduce our cast, who hopefully you've already met by now because you've been keeping up every Tuesday, every other Tuesday. So we're glad to have you back. If you just joined us, we're glad to have you here. So we'll go around and I will go in some kind of an order that makes sense only to the God that I am. Logan.
Yo, I am Logan. I still don't know how to do this shit, but it's very fun. I don't really do anything, so you can just catch me here, or maybe at your local dive bar playing pool. Fuck yeah.
Right on. Ace.
Hey y'all, my name is Ace. My pronouns are he, him, and you can catch me here on with the beloved nerds. We'll be playing Call of Cthulhu. I think be the next thing that I'm in. Um, you can also catch me on Instagram at ulrich_wolfgar.com for miniatures, paintings, drawings, all kinds of weird stuff. Little guys quite like this, and all kinds of weirdness.
All right. CJ.
Hi everyone, my name is CJ. You can get me pretty much anywhere at CJ Story. You can also get me on the Onyx Path as well as on the Beloved Nerds. And if you're a podcast type, you might consider tuning in to our TTRPG podcast at the table with Sam and Jess and CJ. That's me.
All right. Ty.
Hello, my name is Ty. You can find me on all socials at Hey Tyler Gray. My pronouns are they, them. I play Kaz Olsen here on with Scion on Onyx Path. And maybe you'll find me on the Beloved Nerds in the future on some future stuff. Don't know yet.
And Megan.
Hi, my name is Megan. I have, whoa, man, I was about to say I have the they, them pronouns. My pronouns
I
are
also have the they them pronouns.
I have the they, them pronouns. uh, I play Lane Carnahan here, who also goes by they, them. And you can find me on Alternating Tuesdays here. You will also see us, and by us I mean myself, Ian, and Ty in the Star Trek Sagittarius game on Phoenix Blue Zero's Twitch channel on alternating Wednesdays. If I didn't say that already. And also, if you like my face, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at either Starweaver or Arch Starweaver, depending on your preference.
Okay. And we want to thank, of course, Onyx Path for letting us broadcast today on their channel. We'll probably rebroadcast this at this time. It'll probably already be happening, but we'll probably rebroadcast this on the Beloved Nerds channel as well. But without further redux, when we last left our little godlings, they had descended into the Library of Alexandria, Virginia, to perhaps explore what they truly were and get some information, but we never know quite how the library is going to respond to you when you go down there. Except for one who did not descend into the library, which you saw last week, and if you haven't seen that, check that out, because it's cool. So we are going to check back in with them and see what happened in the library, and then we'll come back. As you separate from your friends in the library, you start to come into a very dark room that is lit only by reflections from mirrors. And these are black mirrors, almost like made of obsidian. And you begin to hear different voices around you coming from the different mirrors. I hadn't expected to see you here.
Who are you?
I am the one that made you.
Is that a fact?
It is. I am Tez Katlipoka, the smoking mirror. Somehow I think this probably makes sense to you.
It does.
But I don't think that you're here to see me in particular, are you?
Not yet. But you and me, we got a meeting coming.
I would relish that. At first, Nemesis, you were a disappointment. You have a kind heart. And yet, you serve my purposes well. Because you sweep away what should be gone. Those who won't move on. And I respect that. Because nothing new can arise when there is old still hanging on.
Yeah. What is it you want out of me?
I have the same question for you. I suspect you're here in the library because you're seeking information about a quest or how to defeat your enemies.
We're bound to find Osiris, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm bound to protect that young person back there, and that's what I'm gonna do. When all this is said and done, your ass and the toe of my boot got a meeting coming.
Oh, you misjudge me, Nemesis. But I know of Osiris. I know they have him somewhere. And you may have one among you who can locate him. But you will need to awaken him.
Awaken Osiris?
It's an issue with Osiris always is that he is often sleeping or dead. They're very similar in some ways.
Yeah, I know.
So, do you know how to awaken a god who is sleeping?
No. So far, I'm just good at putting them to sleep. Helping them,
Move on. Yes. Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you why I'm going to help you, so that you understand my purposes. The enemy you face is stagnation. They think the world should be ordered, but the world should not be ordered. It is disorder that allows what is become what should be.
The destruction that precedes creation.
You understand. There is something of me in you then.
A little bit.
I will tell you, the actions that you're going to take are going to cause destruction. With any luck, they'll bring about the end of all things so that all can begin anew. Are you ready for that burden?
I don't know. truly don't know. That seems like an awful lot to put on just a few people's shoulders.
It's not a few people. It simply is what must be. But they will need leadership.
Leadership.
The darkness will come, and they will need... They think they need light, but they will need darkness to bring them through darkness, because it's only dark that can understand dark.
Oh, wait. They gotta have something to hope for. They gotta have something to work towards.
You do. The beginning anew of all things. The release from this enemy who will remove love and passion and vice and virtue and everything from the world in a sense of some computer-like system of order. That is what you'll be saving them from. And truly, some of them won't make it, but it is what must be done. But I need you to understand that before I tell you what you need to know.
All right. Give it to me straight.
Very well. To awaken a god requires two things. One, you'll need fire. Fire sounds easy, but not this kind of fire. You'll need a primordial fire. The very fire that creates. The fire that emerges from perhaps a volcano and hardens into the very glass you look in at this moment. The fire that creates reflection.
Fire from within.
Yes, and also something more literal, but the fire from within comes from something else. You will need to sacrifice. And perhaps that's not you who needs to sacrifice, but someone will. I suspect in the back of your mind, you know the one that you protect will be the one.
You know, if all you gods are so damn powerful, how'd you let it get like this, huh?
Because we... Well, they didn't listen to me. They let things become stagnant, and then once it was stagnant, they abandoned it.
Yeah.
They won't do what needs to be done. They try to change what must be. Avoid fate.
Abandoned.
After all, we're only human.
Like you abandoned my mother.
I did.
Yeah.
Because it's what needed to happen. Your mother could not continue to cling to me. But that is what made you what you are today, and what needs to be done can be done. But my time grows short. And I think perhaps you tire at staring at this reflection of what you could be. It makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah, because here's the thing. I could be just like you. I could be some kind of cold, unapproachable thing who abandons the innocent, who makes them fear the night. But I think I'm going to choose to be something else. I think I'm going to choose to be someone that shows them that maybe death ain't so bad after all. Maybe it's just a step towards something better. But when all this is over, when sacrifices have been made and new worlds have been born, there's going to be a brief period of quiet immortality. Because I'm going to hunt you down. And when I find you, boy, you better fight like hell.
Well, I think you know how to find me. When you are ready.
I'll be seeing you.
Soldier on, my precious warrior of the dark.
Fuck off, old man.
So, as you wander into the stacks in the library, you start to become separated from the rest of the group and your friends, and you come around a shelf and you come into what appears to be a city park that has been abandoned for a long time, and sitting on a bench in the park appears to be a gentleman who is reading a book.
And there's nobody else here. It's totally abandoned other than this person.
Yes.
I'll approach. You do you know that you're inside of a library right now?
Oh, I don't even quite know if I'm real right now. Apologies, I'm usually not this confused.
No, that's fine. Okay. Are you like, I don't know, I'm new to mystical shit being actually real, like more real than what I experienced. Sorry, this doesn't make any sense. I'm just really confused as to how this is happening right now, but I'm gonna go with it. Are you supposed to like give me some information or something?
Are you asking if I'm a vision?
I guess. Or like a quest-giving NPC. Like, I know you don't have a little. I don't even know if you know what that is, but I know you don't have an exclamation point over your head. But like, you're the only person here other than me.
Oh, well, I suppose that's true. I don't really even know if I'm here either. Last I heard, I'd been kidnapped.
Oh.
But it's also possible that I am a construction of your subconscious. That would make the most sense, wouldn't it? Because you said you were in a library, yes? Yes, okay, so perhaps I'm part of your subconscious. But then it's also possible that I am Osiris, and that I am here because, well, part of me, of this, right? It's part of me is here.
Yeah,
But then I still could be a vision then. This is all very fascinating.
Yeah. The logistics of spiritual bullshit. Interesting. Okay, wait, so you said you're Osiris. I was definitely expecting like one of those pharaoh headdresses and stuff, you know? You know
Well,
what I mean?
yes, but it's like 1917 now or something. I don't know what year it is. But it's
Wow.
also possible that you're constructing me again based on your ability to understand what I am.
I guess. I guess I'm kind of sorry. No, never mind. Yeah, okay. So, what do you know? I mean, you said you're Osiris. Last you heard you were kidnapped, but you don't know exactly what happened to you?
Well, I don't remember. I can certainly feel that you've been pledged to rescue me. I don't know really how you're going to do that. Oh, you probably are the one that can find me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the hope. And I kind of have something of yours, so I was hoping that it would make the job a little easier.
I'm trying to remember. Oh, yes. I made you. That's right. Yes. Yes. And you've got the arm.
Yeah. Yeah. Why did you do that? Why did you choose to? I mean, I was kind of intending to not come back. And
Well,
now, yeah. What was that about?
I think what it was about is that, well, Isis and I have always wanted a child, but the whole being a reanimated corpse thing made that difficult for me.
As a
As it is. And then I think it was more about we had to find somebody who had walked both paths, the living and the dead, so they'd come into what would be my realm, yes, but also somebody who was perhaps, and I do apologize if this sounds harsh, but someone who was broken, who could be repaired. And nothing is really truly ever repaired, but, you know, it's our brokenness that makes us what we are. And maybe it's all led us to this point. Maybe you being broken and almost dying, and then me giving you part of my arm. That's what made it possible for you to rescue me and save the world, or whatever it is we're trying to do here. It's all very unclear.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, if I was going to live again, you've definitely made living a little bit more worthwhile. I mean, this is the most interesting thing that's ever happened to me.
It was a bit of an experiment, and I hope it hasn't troubled you too much.
Yeah, well, you know, nightmares of horrifying visages and seeing ghosts and kind of wondering if I'm going insane isn't a lot of fun. But it's made me more creative.
Yeah.
So there's that.
That sounds about right. My brother chopped me up and scattered my pieces all over the place, and eventually I was reassembled, but I have to say the experience was beneficial. And hopefully being sort of broken like this has at least been beneficial for you.
I mean, I suddenly can do some interesting stuff that I didn't realize that I could do before. Which again, I've always wanted to be a superhero. Or like, I'm not sure how much media you get, or I guess if you're a phantom of my creation, I can mentally now assume that you know about games, and I will now assume that you know about D&D. I've always wanted to be a D&D character. I've wanted to be a hero my entire life. Well, yeah, my entire life. And I kind of get to do that.
I suppose you do.
You get to be the hero and slay something and get the girl, maybe.
Yes. You get to possibly resurrect a god. Assuming you have the... Well, you can find the god. You may need the tools to do so. I can't recall what those are, but I think you'll get to do the greatest heroism of all. Do you understand what it is that they're after?
They took Anubis. They took you. I think they took other death-related gods from what it sounds like. Are they trying to... Ghosts are getting stuck.
They have discovered the greatest power source of all creation.
Are they using souls?
Yes. See, I knew you were a scientist. They're going to use souls. And you have to stop them.
Oh. That sounds really bad.
So them having me is very bad. So,
yeah.
With that being said, your time is running out.
Oh, okay. Well, shit. Hey, so, how can I find you? Can I use your arm to help locate you, or, yeah?
I think so. It would tell you, maybe if you could get some information from one of their databases, and then you could probably use the arm to sort of, what's the shape, triangulate, yes, my position.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like a magnet.
Like a magnet, but you'll need to figure some stuff out first. But I think that's where this vision ends, unfortunately.
Can I just ask, you, how many more of the people like me are out there, do you know? And how much danger are we in right now?
Well, you're going to have to research that yourself. You're in great danger. Now, the whole world's in great danger now. If they take our souls, they've taken, well, the greatest part of us.
What are they doing with the souls?
I don't know yet, but time to wake up, Lane.
Well, thanks for the arm, I guess.
Good luck. You'll certainly need it.
I have a feeling I'm going to.
As you make your way through the stacks of the library, you gradually begin to lose sight of your colleagues and friends as you start to proceed into what is almost like a medieval fortress, darkly lit by torches. And you come into a room where a person is standing in front of a large bowl of water. And they simply staring at you.
Hello? I'm under the impression I'm meant to speak with you.
You are to speak with yourself, for the answers lie within you.
So I've got to speak with myself then, but in here.
Yes. Drink of the water.
There's a vision anyway, right? So doesn't matter what I drink. Kind of like walks up and inspects it. It looks like water?
It appears to be water in some kind of a font of, like you would put water in, like maybe sacred water, but a stone bowl.
Isn't this usually the sort of thing you like stare into rather than drink specifically, or?
If you want to look within, then the water must be within.
That feels invasive. But with that, how big is this bowl? Is it like pick up the bowl, or is it like cup water in your hands?
Cup size water.
Yeah. So, Ro will walk up and be like, just cup some water in their hand, and
And gradually, the room around you begins to fade away into a field, perhaps in Ireland, in the middle of the night with a full moon. And you see in front of you 3 images that are you, but not you. One is dressed like a regent of some sort, like in the finery of a queen from the, like maybe the 700s or 800s. To the right of them is it's you again, but it is dressed in armor that is covered in quite a bit of blood. And then to the left of the central figure is another figure that looks like a hooded figure with a black veil over their face, as if they are grieving.
really takes a minute to take this in, especially considering the fact that they're sort of them. And the person in the library said that you'd have to speak with yourself. Hello.
And they speak as one whenever they speak. So it's sort of tripled, but at the same time like a chorus. You have come, the regent of fate. You have pulled the threads of the tapestry, but you have not undone the work. For it cannot be undone.
I guess that's good. I mean, I wouldn't want to be responsible for undoing the threads of the tapestry of fate, is it?
Yes. Ultimately, the tapestry must burn.
So we're meant to not unweave it, but burn it?
The end of all things. Yes.
Right. Yeah.
You have simply delayed the inevitable. And yet your mind blocks you from remembering.
You mean my dreams?
Your dreams are not dreams, they are memories.
I don't see how that's possible.
Much is possible. Yet the road remains the same. You are the ruler of fate. You are the defender of fate. And yet you are the one that fate will cause the most pain. Because
I can believe.
no matter what you do, in the end, you must always destroy them. In your heart, you know.
That's fate. That's something I apparently have no control over. I only usher it in.
You are the regent of fate. You are the defender of fate. And you are who fate must grieve the most.
Why then? How am I meant to burn? How am I meant to burn fate, exactly?
You must do what fate asks of you. You must destroy them when the time comes. That which holds your heart. She who holds your heart.
She's not here. She's not here.
And yet she will always be. This is the tapestry. This is what fate has woven. And in the end, all will burn to ensure something greater can exist.
I don't think I'm going to have any reservations burning fate.
You bring much more than just burning. For you are one of the arbiters of Ragnarok, as it is called by the Aesir.
Ragnarok.
The undoing.
And I'm guessing if this was anything like the stories I'm used to writing, I'll know how when time comes.
You will. You have always known. Do not attempt to change again. Your previous actions set in motion something else. But yet the road remains the same.
Not something else? Is it something I should worry about?
Not you. But will force someone else into a decision that they may not want to make, but must. It forced a god into a decision to avoid something that they were fated not to avoid.
Is everything that's happening right now because of that?
In part, yes. Much is rearranged, yet much is the same.
Who am I?
You are a part of the Morgan. A servant and yet a leader of the Tuatha.
I guess that fits.
As it was always meant to be.
So this is real.
It was never unreal.
I think I just wanted it to be.
We leave you with this. They will need strength to face what they're going to face. It is the regent, defender, and griever of fate. You must help them. You must guide them. Give them the strength to walk the path that must be necessary.
Well, who will give me the strength?
You have always had it. You have done this many times before, and you will do it again.
It's my fate. I guess that's what it will be.
We draw to a close now, and you must prepare. Farewell.
Goodbye.
And with that, the vision ends, and you find yourself back in the library.
Well, will take some time to themselves before they begin to seek out their friends, travel companions.
As you proceed into the library, you start to become separated from your comrades, friends, or whatever you're calling them at this point. And you come gradually through the stacks of books to what appears to be a mountainside cliff. And there is an individual, and he is feeding. He's sitting on a rock, and he is feeding an individual. It's an eagle, actually. He's feeding that eagle what looks to be pieces of meat, but from himself.
Jericho will, sort of just experience that weird change of everything notice this, realize that it just feels real, I guess. Yeah, it feels real, right?
It is real. You can feel the mountain breeze. You can feel the piercing, fiery stare of this person who is now
at Jericho.
They're looking at
Rather.
Jericho now, and they are, continuing to feed the eagle. And they stop, and the eagle flies away. Well, I wondered when you'd climb up here.
That's the funny thing. I don't remember climbing.
Probably the library, then. Well, you are Jericho. Is that correct?
Yes. And they'll notice that, finally notice that they're, feeding of themselves. Is there a wound, actually?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Noticing the wound, and then Jericho will probably, oh God, what? And get, actually stricken by seeing that, and probably pause for a second. Are you okay?
Oh, I assure you I'm fine. It's when we do visions, I have a flair for the dramatic. But feeding that eagle my parts of my liver also helps me remember, I suppose, what I've meant to do. It helps me remember what to tell you, what you're meant to do.
I hope it's not feeding my liver to a bird.
Oh, no, I don't think so. Well, I'll get right out to it then. I'm your father. I'm Prometheus.
Wait, like feeding your liver to an eagle, Prometheus. Like Greek Prometheus?
The very one. At one point, feeding the eagle my liver was more literal. Now it's a bit more metaphorical. But the metaphorical and the mythological, as you'll see, can have a reality of their own. I'm sure you have lots of questions.
You mean to tell me that that was a real ship that we flew down here on, and that was Balder?
I don't know anything about the ship.
It was paper, and probably doesn't matter. You're saying that gods are real.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, they're real. And unless Balder was not Balder, if I remember correctly, he doesn't lie very well, so if he said he was Balder, he probably is. Have you been starting any random fires lately?
What? Yes. What? Jericho's just going to be completely flummoxed.
I think that comes from me. I don't think it comes from your mother.
Who's my mom? What? Wait, like biological?
In a manner of speaking, as far as what we can be in terms of biology, I would say more that you're the child of a a forbidden act.
Probably explains why I feel so fucked up all the time. Yeah, makes sense.
It does make sense. So, are you familiar with me?
Somewhat.
Okay, well, there's the whole... One day I descended down and I stole fire that was meant for the gods and gave it to humanity because, well, I cared. And because of that, the gods imprisoned me. And the whole eagle eating my liver thing every day, it was very unpleasant. But it wasn't forever, because, well, I think your mother took pity on me. And she doesn't care for her father very much. And, she freed me, which is the so-called forbidden act. And for a time, we fell in love.
Where is she?
We don't speak much anymore. It's become a little harder for all of us to speak, but we don't speak much anymore. But your mother is Athena. That face tells me you may have met her. You'd know her if you met her, I'm sure.
This all really is real.
Absolutely. And I think you have a purpose, Jericho.
Is it to row clay on a wheel, spin? I can't remember my terms anymore. I'm good with that.
I think it's a bit more than that. I think that your creativity, your willingness to make things is the fire trying to get out of you. Because you are destined for fire. Have you ever been burnt?
Kind of like withdraw into themselves and try to honestly think back now that they're starting to believe this. No, I don't think I have been burned.
If I were to guess, I dare say that you could probably leap into a volcano and take a swim. Without harm.
Try it.
Well, you may want to try other things first, but I have almost zero doubt that would be the case. But
Sure. Right. Okay.
it's because you have access to a different kind of fire, a primal fire, the kind of fire that created the passion of the universe itself. The myth of myself about the fire was a literal fire, but it also was taking something from the gods and giving it to humanity. That's what I did wrong, and that's why I was punished for it. And I think that you have the ability to touch that fire, that inner fire.
Really?
And maybe, as fate would have it, that's going to be needed soon.
I did feel that I was able to conjure up something in moments sense of terror over this past evening.
No, then possibly your abilities are beginning to awaken. And you're at the start of quite a journey. But I think you will need to grab and take the hottest fire ever, because it's the only fire that can save the universe.
What fire is that, Dad?
Like I say, the primal fire, the fire that created the universe itself, the original fire. I think that there are forces trying to take the fundamental building blocks of the universe itself and turn them into gods know what. The fire of the soul itself. But if you can wield that, you may be the one to awaken a god, perhaps, or save humanity. Something worth thinking about, at least.
Right. Right. Jericho's just gonna kind of shut down a little bit, just not sure of what to even think about anything now.
I know it's a lot to take in. I was once like you, where I didn't know what I was truly made for until I did it, until I grabbed the fire and stole it from the gods, and then realized that I was something like a god myself. But fate sometimes asks a lot of us.
I guess I'll have to sleep on it. If I could.
Or dream awake with your eyes wide open. But I think that, well, that's about all I can tell you. And your time in the library is almost up.
Right. And they'll just turn around and just kind of like walk out, unable to find anything to say, completely lost for imagination or thought.
Jericho, I do want you to know before you leave, I know that we haven't been there, but we do love you.
They'll stop and kind of turn back to them, and God, I wish I could just cry on command, because that would be great. But they'll kind of like maybe with like really red and sort of teary eyes, just kind of look back and be like, I know. I could tell in her eyes.
No. Say hello to your mother for me if you see her again.
And I'll turn around and just quickly try to walk out. Does it like start looking like a library or something now? Or
eventually it will begin to look back
Okay.
like a library, and
yeah, they'll just kind of like walk for whatever, even if it just is a shadow of it. They'll just start walking in that direction and yeah, make their way out of that moment.
as you all come out of the library, perhaps one by one, you've been separated from each other and you come out kind of at different times. You kind of come to the realization that you probably haven't slept in about 2 days. Which would normally be unusual, but probably not the most unusual thing that has happened this week. And fortunately, you're at this bed and breakfast run by Balder, and rooms are prepared for you, and sleep eventually takes you. It gives you back as well, but it's what I mean. And you're woken the next morning by the smell of breakfast. And presumably the breakfast is being served in the same sort of dining hall / mead hall that you were in the previous evening. So I assume everyone awakens.
Slowly.
Good. No one's like, I'm sitting this one out.
Begrudgingly.
I'm just gonna lay in
But-
bed, contemplate my life.
Right? Probably.
Come here to play a game, but I think I'll just have my character lay in bed instead.
No, I'm not up for this today. The seasonal depression has won versus the god blood that is being spilled.
Yeah.
I mean, Jericho would probably take just a little bit of time to like write in a journal or sketch out some shit with whatever supplies they can find and just nervously like, what the fuck is going on?
Nemesis will find the largest mead stein in the hall and fill it with coffee.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Lane would oh, you know what? I think that Lane would actually ask Balder because I feel like Lane is kind of a trash goblin. I would ask him if he has any energy drinks in the facility.
Of course, we have anything that you want.
Okay.
And really they do. This kitchen seems to have anything that you do want. Like if a bowl of stale Fruit Loops is your choice, it's there. If it's something vegan, it's there.
We're gonna get a
Energy drinks.
BFG can of Monster, and we're gonna get a honey bun. Then.
Right. Front loading the calories for an adventure.
Just decided that Lane is a raccoon.
Yeah, I mean those honey buns have, I think, the calories of like an entire box of donuts, but
It's crazy. I genuinely,
Buns, so they're like lemma spread or whatever.
I spent 2 years in like middle school of me specifically just having a glass of strawberry milk and 2 honey buns for breakfast every morning, every single day.
Whatever gets you there. I think
Delightful.
I think Ro probably rocks up next. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No.
Just shuffles down, looks more disheveled than even normal, and looks at Nemesis and just goes, "Is that coffee?
That's coffee.
Is there more?"
Yeah.
Great. And it's just gonna kind of like,
I've never seen a cauldron of coffee.
there's a cauldron of coffee?
It's amazing.
Where?
That way.
Okay. And just shuffles toward the kitchen for said cauldron of coffee.
Don't fall in.
Everyone's getting coffee. We all need
You know.
this whole crew runs on coffee.
Oh, yeah, the
It is.
coffee's very good. It's actually harvested from beans from the very branches of Eaglestill.
Yeah.
You'd think it would be impossible, but it's not.
You have to like,
It comes down last. I'm sorry.
no, please go for it.
There's nothing exciting. They're just gonna come down last and get a cup of coffee and this sucker and go out on the porch. Sit in a rocking chair,
I love that.
stare off at the distance and wonder what happened in their life that led them to this moment?
Lane, after they get like a few chugs out of their drink, and then wait for Ro. They like watched Ro take the first like sips of their coffee.
Waiting for it to be safe, I see. That was etiquette.
Then they approach. And they just say, alright, so some time has passed now. We've slept. Was any of that real?
I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm usually not the person to ask if something's real or not. And I haven't really been too forthcoming with that up until recently, but...
Well,
yes?
okay.
I mean, the me that I saw in the lib... what?
Real matter perspective.
Yeah.
But, so it genuinely happened, though, all of that?
Well, the me that wasn't me that I saw in the library of Alexandria, Virginia, told me that it was real. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt, I guess. They just take a giant sip of coffee, just like... They swallow several times before putting the mug back down.
So, did all of you have some weird experience in the library?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, I did just tell you I talked to myself, but it wasn't me.
Yep.
You?
You certainly did say that. I'm almost 100% positive that I talked to Osiris, but obviously, like, the mental construction of Osiris.
Okay. Well, I mean, we did just save an Egyptian god from a basement.
We did.
Huh. Okay, well, yep. It's as real as it gets. I don't know how real that is, though. Exactly. Personally.
Okay.
Cass comes back in with an empty mug of coffee and refills it. It's just black, by the way. They don't put any fancy stuff in it. And they come in on the row saying, like, it's as real or whatever you said. And
Real as it gets, I guess, whatever that means, I think was the general gist.
what was real? And I'll just sit at the table.
Well, for one, the god in the basement last night? Yesterday? How long ago was that? The god in the basement before the last time we went to sleep. And also, I guess whatever happened to us in the library.
Well, and we traveled the fucking river Styx. Like, that's...
And we flew.
Yep.
Well, we didn't fly, but a boat flew.
And I'm pretty sure those people who were with the god that was trapped in the basement, they disappeared into like a bunch of hills. Which, that's also not okay, obviously. So, but we all remember this.
I would love to say that it was just a really strange mass hallucination or drug trip, but that would not explain why we're in Virginia now. So...
Hallucinated the ride over? Ooh, even better. We're actually all dead. Whoever was after us last night got us.
We're not. We're alive.
I was thinking that too, but I think that we would know if we were dead.
I would know if we were dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'd feel it.
I need you to kind of trust me on that one.
What's Balder up to and any of his peeps that are in this his house? Longhouse. Bed and breakfast.
As far as you can tell, Balder is the only one who seems to be working here. And right now he is cooking up, looks like some, you normally call it bacon, but it's much larger than that. And he's got like an apron on with some chickens. Almost like what you would expect, I don't know, someone's grandmother to wear.
I'm not gonna lie. I heard instead of cooking up, hooking up, and then there was a pause. And so I thought you were gonna say like he was hooking like something up.
Oh.
But you said hooking up, long pause. Which was not the case, but I was like, I'm sorry.
Bacon.
What's Balder doing?
Chickens.
It's
Okay, cool.
not. The elk's almost done. Yeah, you ever had? Well, it's not bacon. It's like elk bacon. It's not bacon though.
I've never had elk bacon, and I am damned excited to try it.
You're gonna love this.
Do you have pterodactyl eggs too?
Maybe. I could check in the back.
That was a joke.
Yes. While
Yeah.
kind of interacting with Balder, you hear a voice in your head.
Who does?
Yes. It says, I would never sit down to a feast with that one. Surely you don't trust them.
They don't say anything out loud. Well, actually, does it sound like it's in my head, or does it sound like it's like... Okay.
Nobody else heard it.
Well, yeah. But, like, does it, like... you know when you talk in your head?
Mhm.
Like, it sounds like that, but like a different voice?
Like
Okay.
the
Yes.
versus an outer
Yeah.
business?
So they don't say anything. But they just, like, look over at Balder. And then they're hesitant to, like, think of, like, specifically, like, at this voice. Because there's just a voice in their head now.
Yeah, if you look at Balder, he gives you a really like dumb smile and a thumbs up because he's an absolute Chad unit. And then you're quiet. You have nothing to say about that. You can talk to me. I'm inside your head.
You know,
Don't move. Don't move your lips. They'll never know.
you know what is in their head. Everything thus forward, going forward is in their head.
Yeah.
You know what? Sure. I'm fucking going insane anyway. Why not talk to myself or the voices in my head? Whatever's going on. No, I don't trust any of them because of the fucking shit that has been going on. There's ghosts, I guess, and fucking flying folded up pieces of paper and supposed gods. I don't... Convinced I'm on just a trip, you know? I think that... You know what? Maybe the bowl. Or the paper, the piece of paper. I put my mouth on it. Maybe it was contaminated. That's it. That is it. This is just one giant trip. These people don't even fucking exist. That's what's going on.
That's wonderful. I wondered if you had any part of my brains in you, but apparently not.
Kaz, you
Okay.
pass the sugar.
What?
Kaz, you want to pass the sugar? Pretty please.
Yeah. They'll just look for it and then hand it over.
Thanks.
They're just sitting there, like, with, just like, do you like disassociate?
That's okay. Ro probably looks the same, and they're not even talking to anyone in their heads.
Jericho, enough for the first time, looks pretty sober and accepting of what's going on.
Just enjoying the vibe.
Yeah, going for it. Why not? They woke up and they had different clothes. And they don't smell like adventure anymore. That feels great.
Lane is trying to do a deep dive research on the origins of this place specifically and tracing ownership and stuff to try and figure out if this has actually they're like going full investigative mode. Because they're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, is this real?
Seems like a BuzzFeed author.
100%.
This haunted fucking mansion. What the fuck?
So,
Nemesis pulls out a book, starts reading while he eats.
Ro gives up and lays their head down on the table and takes a pre-caffeine kicking in nap.
They're done.
Oh,
So-
perfect.
voice in the head says, Did you ever wonder why you gave two shits about a bowl?
Because it's a priceless artifact.
You steal priceless artifacts all the time. Don't try to lie to me. I'm inside your head.
Yeah, you're me.
I'm not you.
Okay, sure.
Or am I?
Then
Does it matter? You're frustrating me now.
alright, well then, who the fuck are you, if not me?
I'm the reason you want that bowl. I'm your parent.
Okay. This is some weird fucking inner healing child stuff going on here. And,
Sure.
okay.
I'm Loki Laufeyson. Keep up.
Okay. They are sitting in their disassociative state like this. They're just like,
Like,
Listen,
look over and just say, Are you good?
yeah.
Did you inhale some of your water or something?
Yeah, just, went down the wrong pipe.
Yep.
I popped in just to tell you that, well, shit's gonna be running down to hell pretty soon. And you're gonna need your wits. Trust no one. Steal whatever you can.
Alright, the usual.
And when the time comes, if you gotta kill somebody, kill somebody. Including these chaff.
Wow. It's never gotten that drastic before.
Then you're not trying hard enough.
Alright, well, inner anxiety demon. Everything will be fine. We're gonna do what we usually do.
And what do we usually do?
Dead. Steal everything that I can. Don't trust anyone.
It's a start. Especially don't trust that one. The goofus in the apron.
Oh, okay, wait. If you are actually Loki and not just whatever the fuck is going on. Alright, okay. You sure you don't want me to talk to? He's really nice. Yeah, I mean, look at him. Come on, he's handsome.
He is the very personification of nice. That's why I'll stab you in the fucking back.
Pretty sure that's you.
I
Except
have
you
my
don't,
reasons.
flavor it with niceties.
I'm known as is quite nice on the surface. But you don't trust him. He's not telling you everything.
And
He's not telling... This is enormously frustrating. I can't remember. I just know that he's not telling you everything.
well, I'll believe that somewhat, considering I was the only one who didn't get to go to the library.
Figures. I'm bored with this conversation. Enjoy your breakfast.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk to you later, I guess. Hey, Balder.
Yeah.
Why didn't I get to go into the library?
You didn't really need it.
It's interesting. Considering everybody else got to go. And, there's some trying to discern what's real or not.
Well, be honest with me. If you were going to go down there, were you going to steal something?
I don't know. Is there anything worth stealing?
Absolutely there is.
Well,
Yeah, so why would I let you in the library?
then why?
Do you want elk?
No! I'm a fucking vegetarian.
Would you like to eat what elks? Oh, you'll have some elk. Yeah, you should eat some. And he kind of wanders over. He slaps you right on the back, Jericho, and says, yes, have some elk. Grow some hair on your balls.
What? I'm gonna get some more coffee, and they'll stand up and awkwardly walk away. And then, as they're like staring at their sketch pad or whatever, they'll kind of just take their mug and dip it into the cauldron of boiling coffee, I guess, and pull it up. And their hand is not scorched or anything, but they look very flustered.
I think at this point, Lane will have finished doing their deep dive, and they're like almost completely done with their monster. And so they're just doing the little ADHD wiggle for a little bit there, and they just go, okay, so I'm just gonna from here on out pretend that all of this is completely real because I feel like it is, and Ro also seems to think that this is real, so
So just go with it, right?
Says from like the table.
I think the doormat. Gosh, sorry.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
That's something. Goes back to sleep. So, if all of this is real, we freed Anubis from this prison. And he was being experimented on by these people. Those people turned into a bunch of pills.
Sorry, that was me. I ruined it. I typed in the chat. I heard we breed Anubis.
I also did, and
Yeah.
Sorry. I wrecked it.
He does not have fruit. Anyway, okay, anyway. We're not furries here. At
No,
least
we-
not myself. I don't know about y'all. Anyway. Sorry, that blew me off for a second. Okay. So Anubis was trapped, is not anymore. People turned into pills. We traveled the river Styx. Met Balder and Athena. And then went into a library where each of us had either we were hallucinating or there's something going on there. Which, if we're buying the whole this is real thing, I assume something is going on there. I talked to Osiris in my brain, and or in that parallel world, whatever the fuck that was. And he said that I could use what he gave me to find him. But also, he mentioned something about the fact that whoever is doing this is trying to harvest the power of human souls. Which is fucking insane, and that's some, like, anime shit. But considering what we've seen about, like, the death gods being kind of pushed away, and then those souls were getting trapped, and there were those spider things that were, like, somehow managing to web up ghosts, like, it feels accurate for what we've seen so far, so I feel like this is actually really serious, and I know that in the moment we said that we would try to find Osiris. But now that we've all had a chance to sleep and think, I definitely still think that.
Guess the real question is, what are our next steps?
Yeah, we can't exactly put an ad on the internet. Wanted, one Osiris.
Have you been seeing your god? Call us here.
Which he said that I should be able to use something to help locate him. So there's that. It's just I have no idea how exactly to do that. I mean, I have some theories, because obviously.
What
But-
did you say you could use?
So here's the thing. A while back, before you knew me, Ro, I died. And
Like, fully?
yep. And
This might as well. Yeah.
apparently, Isis and Osiris sort of chose to Humpty Dumpty my ass, essentially, and put me back together again.
Like,
And shove me back into being alive. And so that's the thing. But with that, my arm is Osiris's arm, actually.
yeah. What?
So that's a thing. So I kind of have like a dowsing rod.
So you can use your
Magnet.
art to find.
Yeah.
Got no better leads? Sure.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. But the other day I had taken my sweater off for a minute and I saw I'd never seen them before, but I saw those like weird sutures on my arm. It just got like violently itchy.
Yeah, you had a new mark that happened when we were in the... Actually, that checks out. Is it part of the god arm thing?
Yeah. So that's the thing.
Well, we don't...
This all is wild.
Well, we don't need the yellow pages then, I guess.
Nope.
That's a plus.
So you saw Osiris. You didn't go in, bro. You saw yourself.
Yeah, but I knew it wasn't me. But it was me. There was 3 of me. But it wasn't me. I don't know.
Wait.
We can barely handle wanting it.
Oh, thanks.
Oh,
Think
rude.
about how I feel after this. I can bear.
Just saying.
I've got 2 already, and that's enough.
You? What?
What about you, Nemesis?
Saw my daddy.
Oh,
Like-
okay, so I wasn't the only one then, right?
Wait. Like, your dad?
Yeah.
Oh.
Who's your dad?
Lane sort of like awkwardly pats Nemesis's back. They're like,
Well, how's this arm location thing work?
well, that's the thing. I don't really know. And yeah, so
Well, we don't have a lot of resources here as far as people we can ask. But we do have our agent, Balder, and I believe we gave a flash drive of some descript to Athena, if I wasn't tripping out about that. So that's 3 people that might know what the hell's going on.
and I mean Balder is here, so we can at the very least ask, and then I'm sure I can text Mercury and see if he's able to help at all.
It is.
I mean, there's got to be something going on with him.
As you were having this conversation, this is when there is sort of a whoosh of air that blows open the door, and a manila file folder with wings flies into the room and lands at the
What
table.
kind of Harry Potter shit is this?
Speak for the devil and he shall appear.
So who's your dad, Nemesis? Jericho, not catching any social cues. Totally.
Cass gets up and picks up the envelope.
Is Nemesis just not answering?
Nope.
I figured as much. I just want to make sure.
I saw my dad too, so I was just curious.
As
You
As they're,
may
like,
feel
holding
comfortable
the-
enough to spread that, but I'm not just yet.
Do you open the folder?
Lane is like peeking over Kaz's shoulder instantly.
So you open the folder?
Mhm.
Okay. So when you open the folder, sort of a bunch of gold dust comes out of the folder and forms into what appears to be Mercury in like a bellhop's uniform. And it says, "I am your singing telegram." No, it's just me. It's Mercury. How are you all? I'm not actually here. This is just a message I was meant to pass along. Messenger of the gods and all that. I just wanted you to know that in 1 day's time, Pallas Athena, the brains of all our operation, will return here with probably answers to some of your questions. I suggest you prepare yourselves for the best you can. I think that she has done quite a bit of research on you, so I certainly don't like people knowing more about me than I know about them, but it's just daft. But anyway, she'll be here. I'm sure she'll be helpful and direct as always, and I am not going to be here. I have too much to do. Feel free to keep the folder. It's not worth much, I think. The gold might be worth more than the folder. The folder was perhaps 50 cents at the Office Depot.
If I close it, is it like, you know, those like singing cards where it's just like bloop, bloop, bloop?
Yes, it absolutely does that. Just like, well, fuck that guy.
I can burn it if you want. Sorry, that came out weird.
That was just a little bizarre, my man. I'm not gonna lie. That was a weird thing to say.
Yeah, no,
You burn it.
I don't talk to people really.
Yeah.
This is the most I've spent with anyone in a long time.
It's fine. Honestly, okay, so I'm sorry. I know Ro. I don't know who you guys are at all. Like, I think we were briefly introduced, but I genuinely don't think that I've seen any of you before.
You have to be kidding me.
That's horrible.
What?
Episode 4, in which we introduce the characters.
I'm Lane. Okay, so I've never seen you guys before. Have you guys seen me before?
On TV or YouTube or whatever it's called. I don't know if we can say that on channel or whatever.
I believe you can say YouTube.
On YouTube. No.
Whack Donald.
YouTube.
WickTube.
The anime version. NewTube.
YouTube.
I don't know who any of you guys are, so
Yeah, so none of you can be surprised that I don't know who you are. Is just all I'm saying there. But my name's Lane. I primarily work at a mortuary. But in addition to that, my passion is hunting ghosts and cryptids. I make a lot of content, which I do have a pretty popular show on YouTube that I feel like a lot of people that dig what I dig watch. But that's me. And also, apparently, I've got a god arm, so that's nifty.
Is that part of the show? On YouTube?
Oh, I just figured that out like today or yesterday. So no, it would have been a cool niche. So I don't know if I would want to share that because I'm pretty sure people would want to like capture an experiment on me, and I'm not really down for that.
I mean, my god arm does sound like an awesome anime.
My god arm, yeah, totally.
Some shit.
I'm pretty sure that's just like my hero.
Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Shit. Wait. You were just asking us who we all are? Is that what it was? Brain farted. I apologize.
Stop that.
I've done illustrations. Mercury's had me do illustrations for your books, Ro.
What? What's your name?
Jericho?
Is that how you sign it? This is actually out of character. Is that how you like signed those?
How
it was listed?
different oh my god, I'm forgetting the term.
Pen name.
Pen name.
Pseudonyms and pen names and whatnot
Nom de
for
plume.
different nom de plumes, if you will, for various different projects that they've done. But I think for like the illustrations and things that they've done for Rose stuff, I think they have just signed like their normal thing, which would also be the same thing that they would have signed when they were a kid.
Um, yeah, I think then in that case, Lane would just be like, "Oh, that's right. Like this book, this book, this book," because they you learn very quickly that Lane is a big fan of Rose um, books.
No, Rose is a fantastic prose.
Okay, so illustrations.
I've also helped with music projects and things too. I just like to dabble in all mediums.
One thing we definitely, I think, all have in common is our relation in one way or another to Mercury.
Yeah. Which I know he's your agent, and I assume that he's also your agent then, Jericho. Uh, what about you two?
You genuinely have no idea who I am.
Oh, I know who you are. Oh, I saw you when I was a kid.
Yep. I go by Nemesis, sometimes Nemesis Rex. I'm a 4-time world heavyweight champion, a 6-time tag team champion. I've been with every federation, including ones overseas. And I've been wrestling for longer than Hogan.
Didn't realize I was in the presence of celebrities.
Well, I don't know if you go that far. I've been in a couple of movies too. Usually look a bad guy, you know.
That's
They
usually
need someone big and ugly for Stallone to beat up. So
Well, it seems like in your profession, Kaz, being well known is probably not the best.
yeah, not really. And Mercury has not been a constant. He dragged me into all of this with you guys.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that is what happened to all of us, it sounds like.
Right, except he's pulled you guys along a lot longer.
Well, when did you
So,
meet him?
Because I seem to recall, uh, you had like I think there was a moment where we realized that you had kissed the paper boat or something. We realized that it was your kiss mark. No.
oh, did
I just picked it up and then because it felt more pretty than all the other art that was down there, and I was like, oh, there's a kiss mark on there. That's adorable.
That's right. I don't think that we learned that necessarily.
No, I don't think we did. I think Logan was just there's a kiss mark on it. I want that. That seems like very adorably placed, and I enjoyed the artsiness of it in the midst of all of the various cultural pieces.
Yeah. I will say, like, Mercury does a lot of stuff behind the scenes where he's unknowingly to us connecting us to other people. He brought Nemesis, Jericho, Ro, and I all together without us knowing that we would necessarily be together until we hopped on that really bad Zoom call. So this might have been in the works for a while.
I would
well,
say, but why? Except if we're going with the theory that the gods being missing is real, I guess that's why.
Yeah. So,
Kaz, you hear in your head at this moment Kaz, do you want to play a game of fuck, marry, kill, and also kill?
Don't think now is the time.
Since you're such a bore. And the voice shuts up again.
Four or four? Oh, okay.
Bore.
They're gonna be quiet from now on, and they're just scrutinizing everybody. Just checking everybody out.
Trying to decide who they'd fuck, marry, or kill.
And don't forget also kill.
And also kill.
Also kill.
If it's all right, I can I go up to Balder and just like I just want to like awkwardly talk with them and ask them about what kind of like art they like.
Okay.
Hey, like, what are you into? What are you about, man?
I'm gonna say this is a good point. This is a good point to segue into that because we can probably segue to you have like a day. What do your characters do briefly with that day? And we could start actually then with Jericho.
Sure.
So you walk up to Balder.
Yeah, I think if it's just like for the day, Jericho would probably like for a very long time just sort of like after the core conversations die down, just kind of mind their own business and like sketch or write in their journal for a few times, disappear every once in a while, and then like eventually they would probably go up to Balder and just talk to them and ask them about the things that they like and just ask them if they could like show them around the property and whatnot just to see more and just to talk with them.
Okay, well, so you get, without acting it out so much, you get the sense from Balder that what Balder likes is fighting, drinking, cooking, feasting, and being liked are kind of the things that he enjoys the most. And he does have sort of an inner light that's really kind of an outer light as well. Like it's almost what you would expect from a light god.
Mm-hmm.
So he's always a little shiny. But when you're talking to him, it is impossible not to like the guy. He is got the most charisma of anyone you've ever met. Whatever you're saying to him is like the most important thing in the world. He cares about what you think. He compliments your work. And, you know.
If Jericho, or I mean, if Balder compliments Jericho's work, that'll be also a very big thing because they don't like to show anyone their sketches or anything. They just want to release their stuff and move on. So they're just like, yeah, here, what do you think about this?
Oh, it's
very sheepish.
It's the greatest thing I've ever seen. Shorty, you are the most famous artist in Midgard.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they'll just like, okay, cool, that's very high praise, thank you. Right.
Okay.
And just unable to speak well at all.
What does Ro do with their day?
Not gonna lie. Finds a couple of books on like Greek myth to see if there's any details they've missed about Athena, and takes it to bed. just disappears to their bedroom. Not like in a sexy way. Like I'm gonna lay in bed and read mythology for the rest of the day kind of way.
Okay. What does Kaz do with their time?
Once Jericho is done talking to Balder.
Oh, I'm never done. Balder.
Oh.
For him. No, I'm kidding, sorry.
You're good. They're gonna go like up to Balder and just like leaning against whatever surface that he is in, like if he's in the kitchen, just the counter, you know, just very casual. And you sure I don't have any important information on all of this fucking shit going on in the library? Because you're really not giving us anything. You're really not giving me anything.
Well, it's very difficult for me to lie, so I'm going to go ahead and not lie. Your parent, I can tell by your name, Lalfison. Your parent is destined to kill me.
Mm-hmm. My parent.
And I kind of don't want you to talk to him.
Mm-hmm. Not everybody talked to their parent in the library.
This is Loki we're talking about. He's very wily.
Right, so everybody gets to go into this with some sort of information except for me.
You don't know yourself? You carry yourself as one who knows himself.
Yeah, I know myself. How the fuck is that supposed to help me? I mean, sure, skill-wise, but I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Well, I think Athena can help with that, but I think they're going to need your skills.
Of course.
But if, I shouldn't do this, but... Do you want to go in the library?
If it's gonna yield something better than what I have.
I couldn't tell you that it's going to yield anything.
I don't have to. It's fine. Whatever. Go do
I don't know. I
what
can't.
Mercury wants us to do.
Good luck figuring out what Mercury wants, but Athena will be more straightforward, but... Okay. I'll be honest with you. I didn't want you to know that, Loki, he's dead.
Right, like, because the gods are alive. Yes, we're going with that logic. Forgot about that. Okay, but my father, Loki, is dead. Gotcha. Okay, well, what happened to him?
I don't know. But I do know, Kaz Olsen, when I look into your eyes, I'm afraid. And I've never been afraid.
So, if he's dead, then why are you afraid?
Sometimes gods don't stay dead. And I'm not afraid of Loki. Despite their flaws, I love them like a brother or sister or seven-legged horse. As one does. But something's not right.
Well, yeah, I mean, according to you and whatever else is going on, what exactly is going on? Why the 5 of us specifically? We each have a parent god, so why these 5 children? What are we gonna do?
Because we're weakening. And yet you all grow stronger. Athena can probably explain it better than I can, but I feel as if I used to be able to lift a building on my shoulders, and now I can barely get a car up. I fear our time is growing short, but perhaps your time is not. There's change coming. Do you not feel it? Each winter a little colder. Each winter a little colder. Yeah, the fact that you've developed magic powers.
Alright.
But if you wish to know what really scares me about all of that is what is it that we'll all be asked to do when the storm comes?
What you'll be asked to do?
What I'll be asked to do, what you'll be asked to do. With Lane and Ro and Nemesis, Jericho, what will we have to do?
That is the question, isn't it? Right. Well,
I don't think that the gods have the answer. We're too far removed from the question. That was kind of poetic, wasn't it?
yeah.
Jericho randomly pops up and scribbles furiously.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to frighten you or upset you.
No. Cool as a cucumber.
Things that people say when they are having anxiety attacks. For 500.
Levison, cool as a cucumber.
You know me.
What does Nemesis do with his time?
Feast and sleep.
Okay.
Can I ask if Balder would be willing to tell me about the stars outside? Because I assume there's very good like night sky view.
Yes. But before that, what does Lane do with their time?
Lane is going to go ahead and try to approach Ro again.
Yeah, Rose in their room, but if you knock or whatever, they wouldn't ignore you. They'd be like, "Come in."
Yeah, they'll enter in and they'll just say, you know, I specifically wanted to talk to you earlier just because, you know, like,
Because of all of this.
yeah, and this is kind of like the first time that I have seen you or like heard from you in a while. So the circumstances are kind of odd. I don't know. I was really worried, and you just didn't say anything. So I'm glad you're alive, but
Did you really think I wasn't? I mean, sorry, that's you know, I kind
hear
of.
from you, man.
It's not the first time, right? I mean,
Well, I just know how things get sometimes, and so when a certain amount of time passes, and nobody seems to know where you are or what you're doing, that starts to get concerning. And I don't want to sound like a mother hen or something, but I worry for you. You know?
you don't sound like a mother hen, Lane. You sound like a concerned friend. Don't worry about it. I mean, I'm damn shit at this. You know that, right? I'm sorry I didn't message you. It had absolutely nothing to do with you. I really do mean that. You didn't. I wasn't avoiding you. You didn't upset me. I just. Not used to having friends.
Yeah. It's fine. Thank you for thanks for listening. Yeah. I'm gonna back away slowly now because I'm not sure how to end this conversation in a normal way. So I'll see you.
Lane,
And I just like kind of awkwardly, like slightly awkwardly, like moonwalking away because I just feel like that's something I would fucking do.
I appreciate everything you've done for me. You
Annoy you?
show up to my house uninvited, yeah.
Yeah.
Keep doing that, you know.
People don't usually thank me for that, so thank you. You're welcome. Actually, yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe it's selfish of me to ask you to keep doing that, but if we make it through this, you can show up to my house uninvited anytime.
Aw.
Which Ro realizes in their head a moment later that probably means that they're invited now, so.
Which Ro can see the like face journey that Lane is experiencing in this moment as like Ro's saying this, and they just go, "Sounds good," and they just walk away quickly.
Good talk.
Yeah. You just hear down the hallway.
Just flops back in bed like.
Lane comes back into the kitchen or the dining room area, very red.
Kaz. What, Logan?
Nothing. I was being a goober.
Kaz like looks up from their spot of wherever they decided to go, after talking to Boulder, sees how red they are and sees the direction that they were coming in and does a head count, and then it's just like in their head. Damn. Gonna have to move that to kill.
You gotta know someday.
Okay. So before then, we proceed with a visit from the goddess of wisdom. Jericho, do you want to do that scene now, or do you want to wait until
Later.
tomorrow night?
Yeah, probably tomorrow night.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds rocking.
All right. So we could say that yeah, you spend a lot of time talking to Balder, but Yeah,
Just trying to
it
take
won't
in a
be.
lot of the natural beauty of the area and what this dude sees as being like, yeah, and just like, yeah, tell me more about what you like, please.
Look here, a tree. Look here, a porta potty.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah,
Wonderful.
absolutely.
It's green like the tree. Um,
Like the tree.
You're so
Um,
smart, bud.
Baldur's so smart.
No.
So, pretty. Just. How would I put it? Like, just probably around 10 a.m. the next day. Actually, no, because it's evening. It doesn't matter. Probably early evening is when an owl flies up to the door of the mead hall and transforms into the woman you've seen before with the perfect white business suit. But this time, they're wearing what appears to be a like one of those hoplite helmets and holding a spear.
Fear.
And they come straight to the table, slam the spear down. Are you all just sitting down for right now?
Except Bro, who's sleeping.
No.
I think, yeah, Jericho probably sketching off in a corner or something. They are fully in like a muse mode.
Yeah, if there's a couch, Kaz is laying on it.
Everyone is like scattered off, but she fucking commands some presence with that spear.
Like literally thunders the building when that spear comes down.
Bro groans from the betters. Oh.
Awaken, arise, we have much to discuss.
There's lots to do, and we haven't dusted in 10,000 years.
Just kind of sighs heavily and like rolls out of bed and kind of like
There's a
goes back down to the meat hall.
I love you guys, by the way, because it's like gods are commanding your attention, and you're all just like, that's fucking.
Ugh.
I haven't had coffee yet.
let us drink our fucking half decaf.
What is it like? What is it like?
Gods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it?
First
What is
off-
it like? 4 p.m. We're not even awake yet.
I think our characters might be millennials and Gen Z, like Gen Z, early Gen Z. Secondly, I remember us looking at these characters early on, and I was just like, these are all a bunch of fuckheads. So just living up.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. I love every minute of it. So as you kind of sleepily gather around, Athena does not have a watch, so they do not really like check their watch. They just sort of stand there, almost like a marble statue, waiting for you. And they say, I have reviewed the data you provided me. It is in a language I barely understood, but I think I know what they're doing.
Okay. That's good news, right?
No. It is in fact not good news.
What are they doing?
Do you know the true history of the world?
I feel like you're probably about to tell us.
I am. In the beginning, there was energy itself, chaos, primal beings. Some call them titans, some call them primals, but the very fundamental building blocks of the universe. But they had no order. But they created something else without order, which is that which is humanity. And when humanity arose, it too was chaos. But it had a power that the primals did not have, and that was the power of the soul, of emotion, of feelings, art, music, poetry. It was not good poetry because everyone back then was hitting stone tools. But when a human and a primal mix, that is how we, the gods, came to be, and we brought order to the universe. The important point here is that the enemy, whatever face they may take, has always been able to tap into the primal energy itself. In fact, they chased us from this world when they figured out how to split the atom. That was a terrible day, but once this was discovered, we the gods stepped back and have been steadily losing our power since. But they've always been able to take that power. What they've discovered is how to take that which gives us power, which is the soul. I suspected as much when you told me that Anubis had been taken and that perhaps Osiris had been taken. It is confirmed Osiris is gone. My uncle is also quiet. He's always quiet, but he's particularly quiet. Hades.
Right.
But I believe what they're attempting to do is take that which leaves a human being, that fundamental energy that is the soul, and trap it as a power source. If they can do this, they will be unstoppable.
My brain Osiris was right.
What's their ultimate goal? Do we know?
I assume, total domination, probably.
Domination of the world. It might be in your interest to find out.
Right.
Right. So how do we find out?
Perhaps the rescue of Osiris is connected. This data you gave me was most useful. Perhaps you could find more of it.
On the Osiris finding note, do you happen to have any idea of how somebody might use an object of a god's to help locate the god? Does that sound familiar? Or like a thing that you know of?
No, but it makes sense. One of the problems with our kind is that we are somewhat singular in purpose. And we are fascinated with those devoted to us and the trinkets and baubles and actually quite beautiful objects they make sometimes. Tell me more of this hypothesis.
Well, if, say, one of us here had or a body part of a god, would one feasibly be able to use said body part to locate said god?
Perhaps. It seems to me that you are part of that god. I can't say that it'd be like a beacon, but if you were close enough to it, you certainly could feel it. If you were contacted by Osiris in the library, I suspect that's how he did it.
Okay.
He's sometimes a bit adult-minded. Brilliant, but not focused.
How are we supposed to find him? I know, obviously, it sounds like my arm will whoever's body part it is, will lead the way at a certain point. But, where do we start?
Finding him is only one of your problems. If you have his arm, perhaps that means he's been disassembled.
Well,
Which has happened before. I believe Set did this once.
yeah.
So are we going on a scavenger hunt or what?
Oh my god.
I wouldn't
Oh,
use such a flippant term, but I think you need to be able to put him back together.
Humpty Dumpty style.
Much like the proverbial Humpty Dumpty.
Keeps coming back to that.
Hmm. And all the king's horses and all the king's men, which, I mean, Osiris was the king, right? So, anyway.
Then there's the matter of awakening him. How will you accomplish that?
That is a great question.
Just
Nemesis, you got something? You looking like you're thinking there.
I got a feeling that when it comes time to wake him up, he's not going to have much of a choice.
fair. I mean, if I have one of his body parts, maybe the proximity or something will wake him up.
Yeah, I feel like this might become one of those situations where we just have to sort of take it one step at a time, because I'm not sure we're gonna... I mean, I don't know about you. I don't want to talk for all of you. I'm not sure I'm going to fully grasp what's happening. I think I just have to go with the flow.
Yeah.
No. You need information. You need the tools to awaken and perhaps reassemble Osiris.
Is that not what you're here to do? To give us?
I'm here to guide you
To what?
to answers. Baldur, did that go into the library? Did the library not
No,
provide
I
any
wasn't able to.
Apologies.
Okay, so do any of you, besides Lane, who has the fucking arm of a god, what did your visions, your library fun tell you aim us to go? Because Athena's not really giving us much.
My me's were incredibly cryptic, so I'm not very helpful on that front. Well, let me think. I think shit's gonna hit the fan, but that's about all I've got.
Before all this is done, there's going to be a lot of blood. And I don't mean like this is going to be bad. And I'm here to tell you, if we have to make that choice, if that's what we end up having to do, if it comes down to the 5 of us, and these gods force us to make that choice, I will not stop until every one of them has paid back that debt.
What choice? What debt? I'm really fucking out of the loop here. I really don't appreciate it. In my head, I go, I'm killing all of them.
Oh, my
met
dear,
my
they're
dad.
going to need a killer soon.
I just met my dad and he told me to find fire. I don't really know what that means.
Fire.
But
I wish that had been what I did.
Man,
Sorry.
my meeting was actually the best one out of all of this because, like, mine's
I
pretty
did-
straightforward.
I don't know. I appreciate the straightforwardness, actually. Hi, I'm your dad. Go find fire. I could do that. Yeah. Would be great.
you could, I mean, if we could adopt you in the family. I don't know.
No. Kaz.
Hmm.
Kaz, do you know the meaning of the word apocalypse?
Yeah.
Get familiar with it.
Ragnarok. Ragnarok. Got a nice ring to it, doesn't it, dear?
Beautiful ring.
That's, you hear that in your head.
Oh, it's in my head. Okay.
It's in your head. Some weirdo one wanders in and just starts chanting Ragnarok.
Ah, that was a
Although,
at first. I was like, damn, Athena, okay.
She's like fucking ready.
I know,
I
right?
think I'm done with this shit.
Athena's like, oh.
Jericho! Though.
Yeah.
So Athena kind of just like, you said fire. Who told you this?
My dad. Oh, you're a god. I can just tell you, can I? Prometheus?
Then I am your mother.
Whoa, man. Holy shit.
But that's not important right now.
Jerry Springer for me.
Um,
Fire may be the key. You need some kind of primal fire. That would
Volcano.
make sense. A volcano would have wood, perhaps, but something even worse. Not worse, more powerful. And you'll need someone to take it. And you may need cold.
Old.
It's starting to make a bit more sense to me. I believe one of you has frost giant heritage.
Yep. Oh.
I'm learning so much about you guys. Ow. Ow.
It seems to me that fate has bound you to a quest. All with your own unique skills, all part of the puzzle.
There is a puzzle.
You need ice, you need fire, you need sacrifice. You need someone who has walked the shores of the dead themselves, and you need fate. I have an idea where you must go.
By all means.
Anubis is not the only missing god. And I know someone who has primal fire, but we have not been able to contact him in some time.
Who is it?
My brother. Vulcan.
Right.
Hephaestus. The Forge himself. I think they may have him.
And the fire will help lead us to Osiris?
Wait. Hold on. We're looking for pieces of Osiris. Why don't we just go find Ra?
Yeah, why don't we just go find Ra, Cass?
He's out there.
Sorry, why don't we just go find any of these fucking gods that we're apparently related to? It all
All
sounds
again,
stupid,
man.
okay?
Out of all of the people, we've got some gods nearby. And they very obviously gesture. Ra is not one of them.
I'm going to tell you something that as a tactician I probably should not. But it will benefit you. Many of us have grown silent, and I don't think that all of us are on the same side in this conflict. There are those who would join with the enemy in an attempt to survive, really.
How do you join?
And if Osiris is gone, I certainly suspect Set has switched teams. I suspect some from my pantheon may have as well.
All right.
No doubt Ares, that walking pile of meat, would do it just for the thrill. But we're so weak. We are so weak. It took much of my energy even to just come here, so I can give you a location. To
Yeah, let's do it.
Vesuvius, perhaps? That may
Mount
be where they're holding him.
Vesuvius?
Mount Vesuvius, yes.
Right.
No doubt the enemy has a base there.
Because it's a volcano. I get it. Yes. Scary or whatever.
Does seem kind of Bond villain, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think that happened in Austin Powers. Which just cheapens it. It's honestly kind of demoralizing if we say that to them. I'm pretty sure that they would be kind of embarrassed about that.
We'll need everything we can in our arsenal.
Yeah.
All right.
How will you
You
get
still
there?
got that little paper boat?
I believe I do. Do I? Was it a one you?
No, it's not what you say.
Oh, hell yeah. Absolutely.
Didn't he fold itself back up?
The boat of Freyr will be one way to get there. It perhaps will be flashy, though.
Is there an easier way? Ma'am?
Do any of you have access to the underworld?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, fantastic. That will help.
Never been
So that's
happier in my life.
So the way I see it, you could go in from the top in the boat, or you could come in from the bottom, from the underworld.
Let's
Each way has its merits.
Sneaking in, I guess.
Kaz Olsen, what would you do? If you had to steal a god and some fire?
Well, the stealthier option. So I'm guessing the underworld.
Well, is there anything that we should have or that we should be bringing with us for this situation?
I would put some thoughts into it. You have tools, you have a gate to the underworld, you have Freyr's boat. Are you familiar with your powers?
I didn't know that I had powers.
Well, but you just thought perhaps you talked to
Dad.
Fucking joke.
What?
This is a joke. We're still under the umbrella of this is all real, right?
Kaz, it is.
Athena is asking us this major, huge task of saving the world and stopping or whatever an apocalypse, and yet some of us don't know anything about powers. There's no what is this a fucking Disney movie? Like, where's the training montage? Like, where's the actual information that gets us places, that gets us to, the part where we save the day? I get it, it's not Disney, but what do you expect us to do?
Kaz,
We're-
listen.
Correct pantheon for the Heracles Disney movie. So we can have a go the distance montage, I bet.
Heroes rarely ask for what needs to be done.
Hmm.
Heroes rarely ask to be heroes.
And when
They
they
could've-
get the call, they accept.
But, Kaz, let me ask you. 2017, Milan. The building caught on fire. What happened then?
You seem to know what happened?
You remember the freak June snowstorm?
Yep, I sure do. It was all over the news.
Strange that. Or, do you remember when you were younger and someone attacked you and those dagger tattoos you have on your forearm seemed to become knives?
You can make knives?
Yeah.
Guys, I got one for you.
Mm-hmm.
The hell are you afraid of?
Oh, boy.
I'm not afraid of anything. I'm frustrated, and frankly, I just don't see the point in why I'm involved. And I'm frustrated because if there is this huge task that I need to be a part of, I feel like it's a fucking riddle getting any information out. I don't know any of you. I don't do people at all. And not in the way that Jericho doesn't do people. I don't deal with people.
You want to know what's going on? All right, I'll tell you. We are the destruction that precedes creation. The end of everything that we know is coming to a head. The old gods are dying. New ones must rise to take their place. And that's us. We have to usher in a new era for every person on this planet. Not because we want to, but because we have to. Not because we have powers or abilities, but because we have lived in this world long enough to know what's wrong with it and how to fix it. You think I want to do this because, oh, it's a destiny? No. I want to do this because I'm sick and tired of seeing people hungry in the streets. I'm sick and tired of seeing people die in war over things that make no sense. And I am sick and tired of humanity not being able to live up to its potential because these gods abandoned them. Now, you may not want to step up and play the game, but you have to. And you need to square with that. You've got skills we need. It's time for you to make a choice.
All right, you can have my skills. But I'm tired of the cryptic riddles. Whenever we get to Mount Vesuvius, and we fucking get a Hephaestus or whoever the fuck we're looking for, he better have answers. You know what I can do. I'm not afraid to do it.
We'll steal some fire.
That Nemesis was wisdom. We don't need you to save us. We want you to save particular ones of us because you can do what we can't do because we failed. My father put a man on a rock to have his liver eaten every day because it upset him that someone else took his power. We need better gods. And I believe that's going to be you. And maybe, Kaz, it's because you don't want to, is what will make you better than we ever were. I'm sorry it's fallen to you. I'm sorry about this burden. I wish it wasn't this way. I wish this was the days. I don't know if I can answer your questions, but
It's a pretty simple one. Are there other realities?
seems likely, yes.
That's all.
I see them in your irises, even.
You see other realities in my eyes.
I've never understood your kind. But I think you've made a deal somewhere that changed everything. And yet changed nothing.
Sounds like my luck.
Sounds like a Twaffa.
Bro just kind of looks off.
Yeah.
The time grows short. You should probably leave in the morning. Get some rest. Know that we will help however we can, but it's becoming more difficult.
Okay.
Well,
And
I guess it's time to rest up before we go to a volcano through the underworld. I almost said underground, but no.
Wait,
and it,
before you fly off.
Oh no, I'm not leaving right now.
No, Athena.
Oh, sorry.
Lies. Some of us, not me, obviously, didn't know they had powers. What do you expect them to do? Go into it blind?
No. Did you... He's so damn cryptic. Did you open the file?
Yeah. Mercury's stupid fucking... And they'll open it up again.
The message begins to replay, but you do notice that there is a little bit of information that is coalescing from it that has a lot of information about, like, it literally starts to transform into a file that has information about all of you.
Oh, lovely. Couldn't have done this earlier?
You have to get past his theatrics. He's powerful, but flippant. Misguided.
It's like a dossier on every single one of us.
Have a look at it. It's what I know about your abilities.
As like lays the folder open on the table in front of everyone. They've slipped their own paper out. I can roll for that if you need me to.
Okay. I think... Yeah, you don't have to roll for flipping the paper out. But I think we'll have everybody kind of take a look at that downtime. But we'll maybe close this episode with this, which is Athena stands up. Were there any more questions?
Where do you go when you die?
Somewhere and everywhere.
Fair enough.
If the enemy has their way, perhaps into a generator. The ultimate order.
Why did you let those people raise me?
Because you needed to be human before you were a god.
That's some Harry Potter shit. It's not okay.
I turned my aunt into a balloon, actually. It was pretty hilarious. It's all right. She was a turd. She flew into the atmosphere.
Being raised on Olympus.
I would just kind of like look at them and listen to it and just nod along, like, all right, not really sure what to say. Just curious of what the answer would be.
Being raised on Olympus denied me a lot. And I wasn't so much raised in Olympus as I sprung fully formed out of my father's head.
Yeah, I don't know why, but that makes me feel nauseous. But cool. Yeah.
Must have had a splitting headache.
Wait.
Good. My father is a disgusting brute. But good luck.
Thank you.
Balder will provision you how he can. And she stands up. She goes to you, Jericho, kisses you on the forehead, and says, "Sorry. I love you. I hope you come out on the other end of this."
They'll just kind of like stand there very just tense and quiet. Yeah, maybe walk off whenever Athena leaves and just be on their own for a bit.
Yeah, when Athena leaves, Kaz is just like, what kind of fucking Percy Jackson bullshit is this?
I mean,
And then
your hair is the same color as Annabelle's was supposed to be, I think.
Okay.
What?
And I think that's a good stopping point. So thank you everybody for
Percy Jackson in my life. Fun fact. I actually did not like Greek god stuff.
it's not this sad, I promise. Oh my god.
This makes it better for me.
But thank you everyone for coming. We'll see you again next week at the same time. Same
Tune
same
into our next
channel.
episode of Scion the Coming Storm. It's like Percy Jackson, but sad.
It's sad. And we will
We're processing trauma.
Yeah.
We're like Percy Sadson.
Oh shit.
All right.
but yeah. So we'll be back. Thank you, beloved nerds. Thank you, Onyx Path, and we will see you again next time. Stay tuned because I'm putting a scene after this.
A scene.
Accessing experiment number 337. Willow Defree. Complete success. Reactivating vocal programming. Willow, can you hear us?
Where am I? What happened?
Have been modified. Are you aware that you are a divinity?
What?
A divinity.
I had suspicions. Who are you?
We are the future. You are a weapon that will ensure this future succeeds. You are the God. Are you prepared?
No. No, please just let me go home.
You are home. Willow, we will now activate your subroutines. User Spiker, initiate God-bearing program. Authorization 0101000011. Your mission has been uploaded. Do you understand?
Affirmative.
Your weapons will be provided shortly. Failure is not an option. Your failure will result in deactivation and destruction. Do you understand?
Affirmative.
You will slay a divinity, give us victory, and give us death.
Affirmative.
Experiment
Initiating.
Complete success. Good luck, Willow. Or shall I say, good luck, Willow Godbane.